Yo, we got a 9-degree new moon in Sagittarius. Like all new moons, the moon is in Sagittarius and the sun will accompany it together, fusing the masculine and the feminine principles. How do you push and move forward and be assertive with a direction, a purpose, a future that you're looking to drive towards, as well as stay and remain open to all the intimate, true desires, as well as being honest with the fears. Moon in Sagittarius rules the 8th house, asking us to be honest with our philosophical desires and understand that on the opposite side of the desire that we have, that we greatest are drawn towards and pulled towards, is the fear innately involved within it. If that word within itself triggers you and you go, oh, I'm not afraid, then you're lying to yourself, because we all have a fear of something, and the fear itself is not innately or inherently bad. It is necessary to align and attach healthily to why we're driven towards the future. So this is your AstroShaman inspiring brilliance with occult practices and spiritual accountability. We're doing that in our memberships, so do check out our membership. We switched up the style as of recent, but we're always doing breath work, we're always doing Qigong, we're always doing Tai Chi, we're always doing energetic healing, teaching each other Reiki, practicing Reiki on ourselves, and becoming our own healers. All right, I'm not healing you. Now, here's what's going on with this new moon in Sagittarius. All right, there's two major aspects that I see that are happening with this. One, we're going to have the moon in Sagittarius on this new moon happening December 1st. All right, the moon in Sagittarius will trine Mars in Leo. So we have two fire signs. So now we're in this energy of, I want to go, I want to do, I'm ready to manifest, I'm ready to actualize, right? But we have like 3, 4, 5 retrogrades happening. So you're going to want to move faster, but life is going to actually pull you to draw slower. Because as much as Sagittarius is a fire sign, first off, it's the moon in Sagittarius, which is ruled by the 8th house, which again, will want to rush things. It'll want to move sooner and invest faster in an intimate relationship, invest faster and gain its inheritance. If you know you have an inheritance on the way on this new moon, it's going to want to go faster. But the thing is, we have to understand that Sagittarius is not Gemini. Okay? And what I mean by that is Sagittarius is about stillness. To be a guru, a master, a teacher, you have to be willing to sit still. And that's why Jupiter is exalted, okay, the ruler of Sagittarius, in Cancer, because it takes the time to nurture itself and sit still. So we must understand that during this new moon in Sagittarius, Jupiter is in Gemini, okay? The enemy sign of Jupiter. You know, the curious kid who wants to learn, and when they learn, they want to share what they learn right away. They don't take the time to sit in stillness. They actually just stay busy, keep moving, they observe more, and they're like, I want to experience what I'm observing. And now that I've experienced what I'm observing for one day, for 2 hours, for 15 minutes, I want to go ahead and publicize and share that with other people. I want to spread that information in ways that especially will progress my career, as well as make me feel like I'm gaining a certain sense of popularity. Okay? But understand this is going to be a lot of mental happening on this new moon in Sagittarius, with the ruler being Gemini. This is all mental. Now, we also must understand that Jupiter right now, the ruler of this moon, is where? The ruler of the moon and the sun. Where is it at? It's in retrograde. So we got to look back. You know, I have a Jupiter retrograde video. Check that out. All right, Jupiter and Gemini retrograde. I have that video. It's out there. Go check that. I think you even have an all signs forecast for that. And you'll get a better understanding about, okay, how do I manifest with this new moon in Sagittarius effectively and efficiently? I just saw 414 on screen, you know, and what this tells me is in between your worries and anxieties, you're building something brand new, because the 4 represents worry and anxiety on both sides of the future, of obtaining what you want, what you desire, and going and trying and applying it now, but having delusions on the past and delusions of the future, while the present is only right here with that 1 in the middle. So drop 414 in the chat. All right, at that time frame, so that other people can gain in that insight. If you're interested in numerology, you could check out my numerology course. So just drop numerology in the chat and let us know, and I'll go ahead and put you on the waiting list for that numerology. All right, you'll get that at like a 60+% discount. So here's what's happening on this new moon in Sagittarius. The god that's ruling this is called Mitra, and I talked about this in my Mercury retrograde video. So I want you to check out the Mercury retrograde video. It should have came out on the 20th of November, and you'll hear a lot about what this protection looks like within your contracts, within your agreements, the friendships and the connections that you're making, and the promises of marriage. You know, marriage to your concept, to your philosophy, to your partner, to your idea. This marriage is being protected by very astute spies. So go check that out and you'll get a better understanding, and you'll have all sign forecast for that Mercury retrograde video. So wait, we're saying Mercury retrograde is happening at the same time as this new moon? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So wait, the ruler of Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, but Jupiter is in Gemini. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which will be in retrograde. Okay, what's going on here? By the time you check out that video on my Mercury retrograde, you'll get a better understanding, and I'll be able to focus today. So who's ruling this? All right, this new moon is actually being ruled. First off, in Vedic astrology, it's happening at 29 degrees, which is the Energetic degree, meaning it's a very important time. All right, it's a very important time. Let me see. This is actually a process of Dharma. This is something of your true purpose being activated. So in your Vedic chart, check where 29 degrees of Scorpio, 29 degrees of Taurus might be. And in your Western chart, obviously check where 9 degrees is in Sagittarius. And you really want to, does that make sense? What you really want to do is, yeah, excuse me, I made a mistake. It's not 29 degrees. That's going to be for the full moon in Gemini later, December 15th, which comes after this new moon. What you want to check more is in your Vedic chart, about 14 to 17 degrees of Scorpio, 14 to 17 degrees of Taurus, not 29. So forget that energetic nonsense. But it is still Dharma related. That is a fact. It is still pursuing your purpose. And in connections and friendships. So within these connections and friendships, who's ruling this is Pushya, which is all about taking care of yourself and doing so in a way where you're not aligning with external validation. So again, check my Mercury retrograde video because I talk about that way more in depth. But today we're going to focus on the fact that the ruler of this nakshatra, what's happening, is going to be trining each other. Okay, so that's that Leo, Mars and Leo trining the moon. So moon, Mars, when a trine like this happens, you're emotionally charged to go ahead and secure what you feel like you need, to secure what's private only to you. This is a great time to do real estate because Mars in Leo is ruled by the 9th house in the 4th house. So if you're looking to do real estate, especially abroad, if you're an American and you want to gain land in Germany, if you're a German and you want to make deals and associations and create a visa for yourself in Thailand, now is the time that you can actually cut away certain things that are blocking you from your joy, from your vibrance, your radiance, right? So this new moon has a very positivity with this because that's just Leo, right? Now understand Sagittarius is about foreign transactions abroad. It is about, the moon is about our domestic home life and real estate as well as doing these deals in private. So understand you want to make these deals very private because it's ruled by the 8th. The moon in Sagittarius is still ruled by the 8th house. So you don't want to share your desires. You don't want to share your dreams right now. You don't want to share your philosophy about how you want to go about creating any investments right now. You actually want to keep these investments very quiet and understand, again, like I said, if you check that Mercury retrograde video that I'm talking about, you understand how to work with the angelic spies. There's these godlike, astute, very intelligent guardians who are spies for you right now in very high positions and high places that are actually going to help you with this. So go check that out and you'll get a better understanding. Now, the other thing that's happening with this is the ruler, Mars. I'm talking about it from the Vedic lens right now. Mars is in Cancer still in Vedic, or Mars in Leo in Western, is going to be squaring Uttara Ashada. Okay, so what does this mean? It means that in order to have a victory in what you're looking to manifest during this new moon in Sagittarius, you're going to need to go through a tremendous transformation, because this is still the energy of Mars squaring Pluto, which equates to tremendous power struggles with, you operating and taking action as your lower self rather than, your future more powerful self, beyond the current situation of struggle that you may be going through now in this moment. And instead, intimately aligning with, I have a plan for the future. And, my plan for the future and my obsession for that future dominance, where I'm on top of everything that I want, I'm on top of all of my fears, is requiring a certain amount of stability as well as discipline with my Agni. And Agni can be related to digestive fire and or your solar plexus chakra. So this is about your ambition. This is about being power hungry and being very careful about when you step across the line and become very critical about gaining and obtaining power, trying to merge with people in positions of power, politicians, ambassadors, sheiks, presidents, even a parent, even somebody you look at as a role model. 111 on screen, drop that in the chat if you're watching this and say, I'm in power, I'm my own role model. Confirm that with yourself. Because right now, this is a very powerful energy, it's a very powerful square where it's represented by something called Kama. And Kama is about going after your desires. So this is actually a time frame where you're supposed to go after your desires. Yet and however, you do not, in my personal opinion, want to go after your desires in a way where you're looking to merge with people just because they're strong, just because they're somebody who looks like they have the status that you want. And then what happens is you're going to waste an entire new moon manifestation. You're going to go towards that. You're going to connect with that person. And you're going to realize, you're not who I thought you were. Like, I actually had a lot of respect for you on the outside, on the surface. And that's the squaring happened with that Pushya Nakshatra, because Mars in Cancer in Vedic astrology, or the Pushya, is ruled by the 10th and the 5th house, aka, gaining clout from somebody who looks like they have it all. But then when you get close and intimate to them, your spies, your guardians, your guides are going to show you very clearly, you're not who you said you were. And I bought that story and I got nobody to blame but myself right now. So it's going to be about taking extreme ownership and being very disciplined and being very integral on this new moon with your desires and how you go after what you want, what you desire. You really want to focus again on that stillness, because with all these retrogrades, you're going to feel that fire energy of Leo especially. You want to act, you want to do, you want to take this journey psychologically as well as, spiritually and physically. You want to go ahead and, express your emotions and express how you feel when you feel it. And the thing is, just be careful, because that energy is squaring between Mars and Pluto. So you got to just be your true and your authentic self. You're going to want to, in this new moon in Sagittarius, commit to a partner, as well as the agreements in the businesses, as well as the plan. So when you set a plan with this, you want to basically commit to the plan. But because Mars is in Pushya, Mars in Leo is in the area of the sky, the constellation called Pushya, it's about touch and go wisdom. Meaning, as much as you want to quit, as much as you want to commit, you want to understand that Mars retrograde is happening. So check out my Mars retrograde video. All right, it's going to be out there with all signs, and it's going to show, you're going to see, Mars in Cancer, Mars in Leo, and you'll get a better understanding about, all right, based off of the zodiac signs that I have most of, and I look at my forecast, here's what the touch and go energy kind of looks like for me with that Mars in Pushya or Mars in Leo. That's going to be Mars retrograde. So this is going to be key, because the connections that you make, there are going to be very many powerful allies. They're going to be very action driven. Everybody's going to be action driven, but very few people, in my personal opinion, are going to understand that you want to be action driven from a still mind, from a still heart. Okay, you don't want to make moves from anxiety or because you think that you're going to grow larger than life. You have to understand that right now with Mars and Leo during this new moon, the whole trining energy is, your true strength is internal. It is the strength card in tarot. It is about aligning with that masculine and feminine immersion in unison. And that's what the moon in Sagittarius, as well as the sun in Sagittarius, is all about. Okay, being optimistically present with yourself, being tremendously mindful and patient with your dreams and your fears, looking at them dead in the eyes and say, hey, look, I see that this actually honestly makes me afraid to go for such a manifestation, something so powerful, something so brilliant, something that lifts me up from, you know, this hell that I previously was dwelling in. But now I'm willing to move beyond the dwelling, because the sun in Sagittarius is saying you're consciously aware about this retrograde in Jupiter, you know, this retrograde in Mars, especially the retrograde in Jupiter and Gemini. You're consciously aware that it's going to take extreme discipline to actually go ahead and release what you think you wanted before, what you realize, yeah, I wanted this, but it actually was because I subconsciously didn't and was afraid to go for bigger and better. You know, Jupiter and Gemini is about doing and learning and experiencing the things that everybody in your society does, but from a social construct that is a trap based off of traditions and values of what existed previously and prior. And Sagittarius is experiencing Gemini and Jupiter as an enemy in retrograde, because it's like, I'm ready to go ahead and walk my own path and experience the future, experience what's better, what's now, what's present, not what was. I'm above and beyond this old dream, this old idea, this old concept of living and healing. I'm ready to stop looking for other people to do my healing for me, and for me to learn from somebody that teaches me how to do this on my own. And that's a lot of what this new moon is about from a manifestation standpoint. So again, check my Mars retrograde video, all signs. Check my Mercury retrograde video, all signs. Check back on the Jupiter retrograde, all video signs. Check for your signs. Comment, let me know that you came from this video on those old videos. And understand that I promise you, like, you know, I've been doing a lot of work on this, and I feel very positive. I feel very ready, listo en español. And it's like, man, this is a fucking amazing time to be alive. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Consider joining, if you're looking for a mentor, the Shamanic MentorShip, and I'll walk you through, you know, 6 classes or 12 weeks. We do 12 weeks of classes. In between, you get a little bit of homework, you get some things. You're gonna learn so much. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm impressed. I'm actually meeting with one of my mentees today as I record this in a couple hours. So I want to say thank you. I love you. I appreciate you for the thumbs up and the likes button. If you're brand new, subscribe on this new moon in Sagittarius video. You rock. Drop the Sagittarius emblem down below saying, look, I'm in a positive mindset. I'm leaving behind the old dwellings. I'm allowing acceptance in my life. I'm allowing freedom, flow of wisdom, and aligning with those emotions and energies. I'm letting go of what was rigid in my life, and I'm moving towards what is for me, destined. Ah, that feels good, huh? Just breathe. Ah, I love you.